Mhm. Okay, there's a slight disarray on the positioning of the hedges. We knew it would be this difficult to align things on a straight path. Okay, so I'm just gonna move it along the X to align with the other hedge. Drag it back to the other edge on the y-axis, zoom out, do the same for the other one. Okay, so it's not actually in. Okay, so yep, the car is on a straight line, though the hedges are not. Okay, that is quite the bummer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom out and I'm just gonna actually rearrange things all the way from the top. So I'm just gonna go to the camera view and switch to the view on the Z axis. As you can see they are not straight. So I'm just gonna select them and I'm just gonna try and rotate them so that they actually fit in the square boxes and they're actually kind of straight so that actually they are on uniform and they are not on parallel lines. Yeah, not quite parallel lines, but well, actually they'll be aligned to the grid, so the road is actually kind of straight, if you may call it. So after a bit of moving and rotating, we're actually going to end up with something of this sort. So I'm just gonna duplicate these, the one that have aligned onto the other side, and there we have it. We actually have a uniform bit of space around the car, and they're actually joint edges in separation. So that's actually uniform. And the car is moving along. So as you can see, the edges in the camera view, they actually giving the impression that the distance between the hedges, since they're far away, they're actually leaving each other. So that's actually solved. Okay, so you can see from the view from above, everything is aligned on the same surface plane. So I'm just gonna move this quite a bit so that it appears before the tree. And yeah, everything is now on the same flat surface after realigning the hedges. Everything on the z-axis is set to 0, so they're actually on the same field, from the car to the people to the warthogs and the trees on the sides. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to camera view. As you can see, after leveling things, the camera looks like it's way below, so you're not able to see actually right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm just gonna have to actually move the camera. So I'm gonna switch the view and drag along. Okay, so here's our camera. So I'm just gonna move it, grab it with G and hold on X, move it to the X axis, just move it slightly so that it's actually a bit Okay, so you can see everything from there. Just gonna move it closer a bit. Yeah, we can see everything from there. Okay, so everything is being captured in the camera. Even when I play the animation, you can see the car from the back coming up front. Okay, so the car is still moving to the front, and everything seems to be looking fine for our space. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna import another human figure, and of course we're gonna have to scale it down and readjust it just like we did with the same models. And it's loaded. There we go. So I'm just gonna click on it again and select the model imported, and I'm going to scale it using S. So there we go. Select the object, hold on S, and drag down the mouse button to actually scale it down to size. So you can see from that big model to an actually sizable model. Of course, it's human being, so you have to have her at the same size as the other human beings. Of course, she must be able to fit into the camera and not block all the other objects at the same time. Okay, so she seems like she's sitting on the hedge, though that's from this side of the angle. Anyway, I'm just gonna have to edit that and actually move, cause okay, it's kind of taking a bit of time. I don't know, the screen's a bit frozen. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag her, grab her with G, move her to that side. Okay, then I'm just gonna move it up a bit so you can see what's actually going on. Zoom in a bit. Oh, and she's still a bit big, so I'm just gonna scale her down again. So she's actually the same size as the other human beings, and place her on top of there. Though I'm just gonna have to slide to the other vision. She's actually in front of the road, so I'm just gonna move her away from the road towards the hedge from this side of the camera angle. Move her down on the Z axis and move a bit on the X. Yep, now she's actually sitting on the hedge. Kinda seems a little bit realistic, so there we go. She's sitting on the side of the hedge.